Family that finds pulsating object on the beach learns it's a very rare creature. Kids, bless their hearts, will touch just about anything. Wet, dirty, slimy, it doesn't really matter. Those curious little explorers will stop at nothing when it comes to understanding everything the world has to offer, especially, it seems, if that thing is potentially very dangerous. Which is why in September 2018, two New Zealand parents rushed to stop their kids from touching an alien-like blob that washed up on the beach. Then, intrigued by the mystery of what the heck the purple mass lying in the sand was, the family decided to investigate. As soon as the Dickinson family, comprised of Adam, Eve, and their two kids, stepped onto Auckland, New Zealand's Pakiri Beach, they saw this purple blob in the sand. They had no idea what it was, or what it was capable of. So, naturally, the two kids, Sophia and Lucas, sprinted over to it with all the reckless abandon of children on a mission to satisfy their curiosities about something wildly unsafe and potentially dangerous. This concerned Adam and Eve, who didn't wish to see their children succumb to a purple, potentially poisonous beach blob, so they too approached the mysterious thing in the sand. My initial thought was, don't let my kids touch it, Adam told the news sometime after the ordeal. With a family of 4 now all gathered around the mystery substance, they all echoed the same question. What the heck was it? The Dickinsons launched an informal investigation. The first thing they noticed, the purple blob was pulsating, moving. Like Frankenstein's monster, it was alive. It almost looked like a load of muscles contracting, Adam recalled. It was pretty incredible and really hard to describe. Meanwhile, the kids were reminded of something oddly specific when they looked at the blob. Lucas told his mom the creature looked like a volcano. It had, after all, sloping sides and what looked like a crater of bubbling purple lava. This was obviously no volcano, so the Dickinsons investigated further. Despite their initial concerns about the pulsating creature, the family, to our benefit, proceeded to place check after check on the list of things you should not do to foreign, potentially dangerous things. For instance, Lucas and Sophia blew on the thing. To the kids' delights, the more they blew on the creature, the more it moved, confirming, yup, it was very much alive and was very much aware of outside stimuli. With this understanding, the Dickinsons grabbed a stick and prodded the blob. Sure enough, Eve recalled the creature moved even more when the stick prodded its meat. While the kids poked, prodded, and blew on the creature, Adam and Eve noted something peculiar about the beach. Tons of jellyfish were scattered across the shore. This answered the question, right? See, for a moment, they thought their mystery creature was just a jellyfish washed ashore. But still, their pulsating friend looked nothing like the other jellyfish. Maybe their guy was just upside down or something. So with their stick, the Dickinsons flipped over some of the other jellyfish that had washed up on shore, hoping this would prove their creature was just a really big, really upside down jellyfish. But even upside down, the landlocked jellyfish still looked nothing like the captivating creature that had so entranced the family. They were back to square one, so eventually the marine experts chimed in with the answers. A member of New Zealand's National Institute of Water and Atmospheric Research, Diana Macpherson, knew almost instantly what this common creature was. The purple, pulsating blob that had entranced Adam, Eve, Sophia, and Lucas on the jellyfish-laden shores of Pakiri Beach was, according to Diana, the largest species of jellyfish found in New Zealand waters, the lion's mane jellyfish. These huge jellyfish can grow as big as 7 feet wide with tentacles 100 feet long. Those long tentacles give it a sort of lion's mane, hence the creature's name. As it turned out, Adam was right to want to keep his kids away initially. While these jellyfish aren't deadly, their tentacles carry toxins that can deliver some serious welts to those unfortunate enough to get caught in the main. This particular jellyfish was also a bit of an oddity. Normally, lion's manes wash up on shore in the summer or spring when plankton start blooming. This one washed up in autumn. Whatever the odds of a lion's mane washing up in September, the Dickinsons were delighted with the experience. "It was incredible," Adam recalled. However, this unusual lion's mane is far from the strangest thing to be washed ashore. Sneakers. On the Dutch island of Terschelling, citizens were startled early one morning when they discovered thousands of running shoes covering the sand. Apparently, a cargo ship lost one of its containers during a violent storm, turning the beach into an outdoor footlocker. Piano. One afternoon, underneath the Brooklyn Bridge in New York City, someone came across a piano. Although the body was perfectly intact, it no longer played. No one ever found out who it belonged to. Rubber ducks. Back in 1992, a massive shipping crate full of hundreds of thousands of rubber ducks fell overboard in the middle of the ocean, and still to this day, massive amounts of these bath-time toys still occasionally wash up on the shores of various countries. Giant Legos. Not much is known about the Dutch painter and sculptor who calls himself Ego Leonard, other than he works with large-scale fiberglass Lego art. These oversized toys occasionally find themselves on shores all over the world. Perfectly formed snowballs. A Siberian beach was found blanketed in perfectly formed snowballs in 2016. This was due to an extremely rare phenomenon causing pieces of ice to roll up and then become smoothly polished by the elements. Did someone say epic snowball fight? Giant eyeball. While walking along the shore in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, people naturally wanted to believe it came from some kind of undiscovered sea monster, but scientists determined it belonged to a massive swordfish. E.T. One afternoon, a person thought they saw a lifeless body floating in the shallow ocean water. Upon further inspection, it was actually a life-size doll of E.T. Talk about discovering something alien. Bananas. In 2007, 6 enormous crates of bananas fell overboard from a ship traveling to Cuba. Almost all of them somehow made the long journey to the shores of Terschelling in the Netherlands. Yup, that's right, the same place that was the recipient of those thousands of pairs of running shoes. Weird. Inscribed rocks. While people were taking a stroll along a beach in Oakville, Ontario, they came across a stack of rocks with inspirational and personal messages inscribed on them. Did whoever wrote them ever find their soulmate? Mechanical hand. Someone dropped a mechanical, prosthetic hand into the water near Staten Island, New York, and it quickly washed ashore. Who did it belong to? Apparently, one very clumsy robot. SpaceX debris. On the beach of Elbow Bay in the Bahamas, people were in shock when they found massive chunks of metal lying in the shallow waters. Where did they come from? They were pieces of one of SpaceX's Falcon 9's crashed rockets. Intact shipwreck. This ship called Navagio is a tourist attraction in Greece. It was built in 1937 and was used to smuggle cigarettes. After it was destroyed in a massive storm while trying to flee the Greek Navy in the 1980s, it eventually washed ashore on a beach in Navagio Bay. Strange gelatinous blobs. Throughout 2015, about 1 billion of these weird gelatinous blobs of jelly called Velella washed up on west coast shores of the United States. As dramatic and bizarre looking as the incident was, marine biologists actually said it happens roughly once every 3 to 6 years. Doritos. On the beaches of North Carolina one morning, a massive shipping container full of Doritos washed ashore. Thousands of bags of the popular snack were strewn all over the sand, much to the delight of the hungry beachgoers. Fly swatters. In 2012, off the coast of Alaska, a cargo ship lost several crates of fly swatters with college sports teams' insignias printed on them. Insects beware, Notre Dame is coming for you. Harley-Davidson motorcycle. After a devastating tsunami hit Japan in 2011, one man's Harley-Davidson motorcycle was swept out to sea. Incredibly, it was found 5,000 miles away on a beach in British Columbia. Dead birds. Roughly 6,000 deceased waterfowl washed up on the shores of Georgian Bay in Ontario, Canada. Scientists believe they all consumed botulism-laced fish, and although die-offs of large numbers of birds isn't extremely unusual, the number of waterfowl had scientists quite startled. Drugs. In 2013, off the coast of Japan, someone found 6 backpacks stuffed with packages of cocaine. The total weight of the narcotics was 78 kilograms, and police estimated the find to be worth $70 million. Sea mine. When one family came upon this mystery object at the beach, they initially thought it was some kind of buoy that made its way onto the land. In reality, however, it was actually a World War II-era mine. Giant pipes. Early one morning in August 2017, beach walkers in Norfolk, England were greeted with massive sections of metal pipes. Some of them were as long as 1,500 feet and 8 feet in diameter. They had reportedly broken off a Norwegian tugboat after it collided with an Icelandic container ship on its way to Algeria.